The diaspora. It highlights their invaluable contributions to the socio-economic development of our nations and their role in building a brighter future.
In July last year, during the third APRM Continental Youth Symposium, President Museveni launched the 1 Million Next Level initiative at a country level and established a steering committee to oversee its implementation. Jinais Kumulo from the African Union Commission emphasizes that this initiative focuses on 3 pillars.
When we speak of the 1 Million Next Level initiative, we are talking of an initiative that focuses on 5 specific areas. We call these the 4 E's and H. This is education and skills development. This is youth engagement. This is health and well-being. This is entrepreneurship and innovation, as well as youth employment.
She also says, after various engagements with different stakeholders, it is time to mitigate the challenges faced by youths on the continent.
We launched the 1 Million Next Level initiative here in Uganda in 2022. We have been able to have copious conversations with the steering technical committee to really see and go into a diagnostic phase. The diagnostic phase really focuses on 2 things. We are really outlining what are the wins, what are the gaps, what are the challenges in the 5 areas that I had previously mentioned. And once we understand what is missing, what needs scaling up, where we can see the impact, we also do a stakeholder analysis to see who are the different stakeholders in the landscape of Uganda.
Similarly, the State Minister Sarah Mateke has also noted that ignorance is the only stumbling block amidst the efforts to address youth's problems. She says most of them don't know where and to whom to address their issues.
Other challenges that we have, especially among the youth, is a lack of knowledge and awareness, or knowing where you should address your issues from and how they can be addressed. And we're also looking at that through some of the thematic areas, especially in engaging them so that they get the knowledge.
John William Ogenda, Freddie Chris Chisau for Btm News Today.
Now let's move on. This evening, police in Kampala metropolitan area are investigating criminal activities related to suspected stolen properties that were recovered just last week in Chuguma village in Chebando Parish, Wakiso sub-county. Now, according to the Deputy Kampala Metropolitan spokesperson Luke Oyesigiri, intelligence-led operation was conducted after a tip-off by residents in the area. Now, Luke was earlier updating the media on intelligence-led operations in the Kampala Metropolitan, and our reporter was right there.
Following a tip-off from the residents of Chebando, police conducted an operation and arrested one Jamada Katuk and recovered 3 suspected stolen motorcycles, as Luke Oyesigiri, the Deputy Kampala Metropolitan spokesperson, expounds.
A suspect identified as Katuga Jamada, 45 years of age, a resident of Chigoma village, was found in possession of 3 suspected stolen motorcycles. The motorcycles bear the registration numbers UEQ 078N, UFS 488B, UFR 824G. During the operation, various braking implements were recovered and were concealed as toolboxes.
Luke says the suspect confessed having received the motorcycles from a colleague who is at large.
Upon his arrest, Katuga Jamada disclosed that the motorcycles were brought to him by an individual only identified as Amisi, who is currently at large. We believe that the suspect, along with his associates, marked time on new motorcycles, then robbed them and robbed them from their rightful owners.
It is from here that Luke informed the media that police in Nasana are now conducting an investigation to establish the truth.
The Criminal Investigation Department of police in Nasana is actively conducting a thorough investigation into the matter. All involved individuals are to be arrested and prosecuted. Interrogations will be carried out by our flying squad, and also with the hope of recovering more additional exhibits.
Meanwhile, the motorcycles have been transferred to Nasana police station. Since 2020, crime has risen by over 40%, according to the Annual Crimes Report 2022. Of 5,509 motorcycles that were reported stolen, 2,381 were recovered, while 515 were found abandoned and 2,614 were not recovered. Josephine Mutesikim, Btm News Today.
Against aiding registration offences by giving foreigners their national identity cards. According to National Identification Registration, commonly known as NIRA, Ugandans give foreigners their IDs to gain citizenship. Now, Osborne Mushabe, the authority's spokesperson, says that the practice is a great hindrance to the organization and can also affect national security. Osborne was with the media right here in Kampala.
Who are aiding registration offences by giving out their own national IDs to non-citizens or to foreigners to be able to register as Ugandan citizens.
While addressing the press today, Osborne Mushabe has called upon Ugandans to be very keen and vigilant, more so before assisting foreigners who want to become citizens with their documents, saying that there are other proper ways of doing it rather than using a native's ID.
So the moment someone comes with photocopies of the parents' IDs, or photocopies of the national IDs of people who are Ugandans, with those stamps and signatures appended, it becomes foolhardy for a district registration officer for neither not to grant this person a right or to grant him a national ID. So it would be thus prudent for our own dear Ugandan citizens to be curious or to be cautious and not to give out their national IDs to such people who are not Ugandans. Please only assign those national IDs or the photocopies of your identity cards to only your siblings or people who are your blood relatives. Please do not.
He adds that using the wrong person's identity card leads to system breakdown since the person is using the wrong information, and that at the same time this can affect the security of the country since the person being registered is not fully verified.
This amounts to security breaches, and it also gives us challenges when we are trying to register people for national IDs, because the moment you give us long details, it becomes hard for us to process your ID in time. And this would also not be good when you are planning for the entire country.
He has therefore called upon the foreigners who are interested in becoming Ugandan citizens to use the right procedure, since undertaking the process is criminal.
And would thus like to caution you all, would like to warn you or caution you against interfering with our registration processes and abetting registration offences. We would like you to note that falsification of information or abetting such vices are punishable by law, and this is well noted within our Registration of Persons Act through sections 53 and section 76 of the Registration of Persons Act.
Marvin Mutabazi for Btm News Today.
Takutuseko live awoku hockey ground Serukoko mu live worship concert jakutusinze obwengulabu bikuke ng'awerekeddwako n'abasinza abalala ab'amaanyi bangi nga 3 mwezi guno ogw'e11/2023 okuyingira emitwalo 2, mitwalo 5 ba VIP nga y'emmeze y'abantu 8 y'akakadde kamu. Tiketi gyefunira okuva ku Worship House Nansana, Family Life Church, Spirit FM oba ku mutimbagano ku www.quicket.com. Bituusibwako
miss on BTM.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're excited to bring you a brand new show titled Jazz with Cyrus. Have you desired to listen to saxophone music, flute music, harp music, trumpet music, keyboards? There'll be lots of guests, there'll be lots of music and fun and inspirational talk. Join us every Friday, 6 p.m. with Miss Cyrus.
Sit back and relax with BTM. We transform. Don't miss on BTM.
Do you trust me?
Is that a joke? No.
Relax. I'm Mirage, remember?
Let's race!